Hello, everyone, and welcome to our week 6 lecture. For this week, we are going to be looking at legal and ethical issues. Our readings are chapters 10, uh, which is about mandating duty. And this is all about the external measures to promote ethics, ways to promote ethical behavior. You also might want to review your administrative ethics from chapter 2. So, there's many ways to promote ethical behavior, and whether it's in the public service or in the private sector. But here are five which you might find useful. Maybe you've already done this, or you already do this in your own organizations, or as a leader, or in your teams. But nevertheless, here they are, and they if you find them useful, uh, uh, you can implement them and apply them immediately into your job, your work, your teams, or the processes that you manage and lead. So the first one is the importance of recruiting the right people. This is very important because you are not only looking for the right persons as far as the skills, but you also want to find those individuals with the right attitude, the right ethical uh, and moral values, um, personally, but also professionally. So individuals who understand the importance of ethical behavior and the importance of following a code of ethics, especially for public administrators and public servants, because these are callings, and to serve is a calling and requires a great deal um, uh, of um, of ethics, of an ethical um, um, devotion, so to speak. And so you are expected to be better than the average person. Public administrators, public servants are expected to behave in ways that go beyond what is normally expected of an individual, of any person, any citizen, because you are a steward of the people's trust. And so this is very important. Educate your team and personnel about the consequences of unethical behavior is the second one. And here, the importance of coaching, the importance of transmitting the culture of ethics to the individuals, going beyond just having them read and sign the code of ethics, but actually talking to them about what is expected, what is accepted, and what consequences there are if these actions, if there are unethical actions, right, in the organization. In this sense, also the idea of promoting and expecting transparency and accountability. So this is also very important, um, because it's not just again, the talking about it, but rather how do you um, promote, expect, and demand in many ways transparency. When we talk about transparency and accountability, we're talking about financial transparency, we're talking about actions, right? So you have to be transparent in your processes, in your actions, in uh, in in fact, even how you communicate or assign resources, for example, to others. The importance of demanding and expecting transparency and accountability are a great way to promote ethical behavior. Creating a culture of truth, okay, where truth becomes the desired and the expected behavior, the preferred behavior, as opposed to uh, you know allowing for certain actions that sometimes not telling the truth or withholding information. Those kinds of things are very common in organizations, public and private. So, uh, and we understand that life is what it is, and there's certain sometimes things happen, but the more that you can create a culture of truth where individuals feel not only compelled to tell the truth, but they also feel safe to tell the truth, in that they will not be have consequences, or be uh, shunned, or cast out, because the entire organization is an organization that practices an untruthful culture. And so you want to create a culture of truth where truth becomes the desired activity, the desired it becomes the um, the desired behavior, okay, as opposed to not telling the truth. And then the last one is that legal does not always mean ethical, and this is important. It means that what the law should be seen as a floor and not as a ceiling. There are times when things are allowed by the law, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they are right, that they are moral, or that they are ethical. And so legal should not mean ethical. Okay, all right. So we have the videos for this week. We have our we have two videos. We have open meeting laws video. We have the Freedom of Information Act video. Okay, so the first one's about 24 minutes. The second one is a little shorter. Um, then we have our multimedia discussion board. This one is due Saturday. Okay, you can kind of read the instructions for this this assignment. What I do want to point out, that this discussion board is a tutorial style discussion board. So it's you want to make this a teaching discussion board type of thing, where you are kind of teaching your audience. Think about you teaching me or teaching your colleagues a step-by-step process of how to request the information from that agency. So think about it in that perspective. Then you have a journal entry for this week, and this journal entry should reflect what you have learned from that first journal entry to now. Okay, so review your first journal post, and then after reviewing your journal post, then how have your ideas about the application of ethical theories changed or deepened? How do you connect the theories to practical application from your work? Um, and then what theories seem to guide your personal and professional lives, right? So think about that first post, and then where where are you now compared to where you were when you wrote that first post? Okay, and then we have the outline for the final paper. I've included a lecture, guest lecture by Dr. Linda Sundstrom, and she gives us a good guide and some pointers for the final paper. So please watch that, and there will be more information on that final paper to follow. All right, and then last but not least, have a blessed Easter week, and as always, enjoy the week, and God bless you. Thank you very much.